with Triple H ahead of creative, and we've seen plenty of guys come back that were released recently. And it seems like more are going to be coming, or speculated to be coming, rumored to be coming. Some of the names that we're hearing are Mia Yim. We're hearing Bronson Reed, formerly known as Jonah. This is from Dave Meltzer that is saying this. I'm not sure if it was the newsletter or the news Wrestling Observer Radio. Also, WrestleVotes backs this up too, and saying that not only them, but Chelsea Green is another target that Triple H and WWE are trying to bring back. Question is, Ralph, what do you think of these possible returns? Would you like to see Mia Yim back? Do you see a Mia Yim coming back? What about Bronson Reed, and what about Chelsea Green?
I don't know if they need them. I mean, other than Bronson Reed, I don't know what they'd really do with Mia Yim. I don't know what they'd do with Chelsea Green. I just feel like they already have enough players there. You know, I don't think they need them.
Do you think, though, the women's division needs a little bit more depth? You know, because it seems like we're seeing the same over and over again, and there's really only like one main, like on Raw, it's Bianca, Alexa, Asuka, and Damage Control, right? What else is going on in the women's division besides that? Rhea's involved with Judgment Day. Nikki ASH disappeared after she lost to Candice LeRae.
Yeah.
Doudrop hasn't been on TV. We've seen plenty of people putting up on Twitter or social media how, although Triple H is this pioneer of women's wrestling and trying to make that a focal point in WWE, the ring bell-to-bell matches are still pretty short on SmackDown. And when you consider, who do they have?
Shotzi,
Ronda, Raquel Rodriguez, and that's it. Now, granted, Charlotte should be coming back fairly soon. Maybe Sasha and Naomi come back. You still have plenty of women from NXT that can get called up, whether it's Toxic Attraction, Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez, you know. Do they need Mia Yim and Chelsea Green? You could debate it. I think it would help. But I could also see where you're saying, and Bronson Reed, I think, actually is probably the one they don't need the most. Because what are you going to do with Bronson Reed? I mean, it's great that these, you know, Triple H is trying to right all these wrongs and these guys that got released coming back, but you don't want Triple H to pull a Tony Khan and then people are saying, oh, the roster's too bloated. There was a reason for those cuts. They had to be made. As much as people hated that to happen, those cuts had to be made because the roster was bloated. Now, they might have overkilled it, but I think Triple H brought enough guys back where I don't think you really need to add too many more pieces. Who knows? But one guy that maybe not really talked about as returning to WWE anytime soon, but has made quite the name for himself in the independent scene and NWA and Impact is Matt Cardona, formerly Zack Ryder. Now, he was recently in an interview with Metro where they talked about if he would ever entertain the opportunity to come back to WWE. And he said, while not really looking to go back to WWE, if Triple H called him, he would obviously take the call. No one would reject the opportunity to be at WrestleMania. No one would reject the opportunity to work MSG. I agree with Matt Cardona here, Zack Ryder, whatever you want to call him. But do you think Matt Cardona could return to WWE at some point? And do you think his stock has risen enough outside of WWE where Triple H might actually do something with him that Vince McMahon didn't?
Well, he was certainly very over in WWE. The problem is that was a long, long time ago when he actually was, and his popularity peaked in WWE. He's gotten buzz, good for him, because this is really the second time he's done it. He got himself over in WWE. He got himself over with an entirely different type of gimmick and approach outside of WWE. And sometimes that serves somebody well. You know, I mean, if you look at Cody is probably the best example, at least in recent history, of a guy who left. The Cody that's there now is different than the Cody that was there before. Mm-hmm. If Matt Cardona came back as the Matt Cardona that he is portraying now, if you say it's himself, then that's great. I don't know. I think it could work. I think it'd be better than coming back as Zack Ryder.
Yeah, I mean,
he said it too. He doesn't want to be that. So
right now, if Chelsea Green comes back to WWE, obviously, I would think that helps lure Matt Cardona too. If they want to entertain that possibility of bringing him back. And you have all these couples in WWE. You have Seth and Becky. You have Cody and Brandy if they sign Brandy to a wrestling contract. Matt Cardona and Chelsea would be another one added there. I believe Braun Strowman and Raquel Rodriguez are dating. So there's another one. They were. I don't know if they still are. And Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae too. Let's not forget them. Dexter Lumis and Indy Hartwell. Granted, that's a kayfabe marriage, but still, you get my point. Miz and Maurice. You got a lot of these couples where you could do like an intergender division or a married couples division of some sort.
I don't know if they'll actually do something like that, but I mean, they have enough people where they would be able to do it.
Bring back the mixed match challenge. Only married couples.
Forgot all about that. Sounds like a new reality TV show.